Hi, welcome to the Corelli Show.
I'm Corey.
I'm Ellie, and this is Baby Sage.
Welcome to Nature Art Club,
the online edition. About water, and today we are focusing on the water cycle. And one of the best things about water is it's good for you. I love to drink water every single day. Every single animal and plant on this earth needs water to survive. So make sure while you're away to drink some water and maybe water your plants too.
How much water do you drink each day?
Hey everyone, it's Ellie, and today we're going to do some rain-speckled art with markers. So what we'll need is a spray bottle, our piece of paper, and markers. I chose a color palette with blues and greens and purples and a gray and a black.
Pause the video here so you can go and collect your supplies.
So what we're gonna do from here is draw anything we want to at all. It could be water, it could not be water, it could be a T-Rex if you wanted. So I'm going to just start drawing. And I want my picture to be as filled with color as possible. You think so, Baby Sage? Here's the Wonder Baby right here. Are you kicking my markers, baby girl? What's your favorite kind of water, Baby Sage? Drool?
Here is a sped up version of me finishing mine. You can pause the video here so you can finish yours.
Right, so once you get the entire thing filled with color, however way you want, next we're going to sprinkle some water on it. And this works really well on a rainy day. You can just set your picture right outside, let it rain on it for just a little bit, not too long, or it'll wash the whole image away, and it'll create the same effect. But because it's not rainy, it's beautifully sunny out today, I'm going to use my spray bottle. So, gotta make sure the sprayer is on, not on stream, not on off, on spray. So what I'm gonna do is just spray over top of my picture. And because I used washable markers in this part, whenever the water hits it, it makes the washable markers start to blend and bleed together. And it creates a really beautiful speckled image.
This is what my picture looked like after I sprayed it with water. And this is what it looked like after it finished drying.
That's all. Thanks for watching. Tune in just a moment for Drawing with Corey.
Did you know that deep underground there's actually lots of water? It's called groundwater. Groundwater starts as rain and falls to the ground and seeps down into the cracks and openings in the earth. It gets caught in the sand and rocks underground. Groundwater can supply water for people when there isn't a body of water nearby. Where does your water come from?
Hello everybody, welcome to Drawing with Corey. This week we're going to be focusing on water. Today we're going to be focusing specifically on the water cycle. So we're going to draw a picture of clouds, either raining or snowing, with a little lake or a pond. The only supplies we're going to need today are a sheet of paper and a drawing utensil like a marker or a pencil.
Pause the video here while you go and collect your own supplies.
So since we're learning about water, I'm going to start off today by drawing some clouds, which is water that's just evaporated into the sky. So I'm going to start for the cloud by making a little bump like that. It's kind of like the shape of a C, just turned over. And I'm gonna do that again and again and again. And just kind of go around until it connects. And the good thing about clouds is they can be in any shape that you want. And so I'm gonna make another one over here. Some big C's, some little C's. Now I have two different clouds. And underneath it, I'm gonna put a little pond of water. So for that, basically, I'm just gonna start with a straight across line for the top of the water. And underneath, we can draw kind of any shape that we want. And that makes it a body of water like that. But to make it really look like it, we need to add a couple little waves, which are very similar to the shapes we did for the clouds. And off to the sides, I'm gonna add a couple lines for the land so it doesn't look like we have a pond just floating out in the middle of nowhere. And from the clouds, I'm gonna add rain on this one and snow on this one. And a way to do rain is just a lot of little lines falling down from the clouds. And they usually fall at kind of an angle because of the wind that blows in from this side. And you can draw as many or as little as you want. Now, when snow falls down, it comes in little flakes. And to make sure that it is distinguishable from rain, we're gonna make these as little circles. So they look like little snowballs, but it makes it look more like snow than rain.
Which do you like better, rain or snow?
There we go. And if I wanted to, I can make my clouds have little faces. Sometimes it's fun to give some personality to the everyday objects around us.
Here's a sped up version of me finishing mine. You can pause the video here so you can finish yours too.
So I have a little piece of wood that I am lighting on fire with a small tea light. Please do not try this at home without your parent. So I am heating it up really hot, and I've got a jar right here that has warm water in it. And in a moment, what I'm gonna do is try to create a cloud in a jar. So I'm gonna take my warm piece of wood right here, nice and hot. When I blow on it, it helps to sort of stoke the fire on it. And I'm gonna drop it into my warm water and then trap it with my ice cubes in here. Condensation will begin to form on our jar.
Take off the lid. The clouds escape.
Sometimes I just like to lay outside and look at the clouds. Do you ever look for pictures in the clouds?
I see a whale swimming by with a group of fish watching.
What do you see?
Hi Nature Art Club, we really miss you here at school. We're very sad about everything that's going on right now in the world, and we really wish that we could just be here at school and doing art with you guys like normal, but instead we're going to offer this really amazing opportunity to you to do art at home. So tell your parents to help you out with this project, and we would love for you to join in here. And if you would like to send in your creation to us, just send us a picture or a video of what you're making to our website, our email, or post it online to our social media. We'll put the links down below.
We'll see you next time.